Hello, welcome to ANE community. What do you mean by Paridhavamana Dosha? What is the extent of Paridhavamana Dosha? What is the relation between Shat Kriyakala and Paridhavamana Dosha? What is the current application of Paridhavamana Dosha? These are the possible questions that will be answered in this particular video. Dear ANA community, put a thumbs up and spread this particular video to maximum number of true Nidana learners so that we can make a huge movement out of this particular small message. Don't forget to press the bell icon so that the YouTube algorithms will be fetching you the right video for the right purpose at the right time. When you think about the term Paridhavamana Dosha, so that is comprising of two different words, Paridhavamana and Dosha. So the term Dosha refers to the descriptions available here in Ayurveda textbooks. Dushana Swabhavat Dosha iti Sharira Dushanat Dosha Dushayanti iti Dosha Dosho hi Swatantra Dushanatmaka Uchyate Prakrityarambakatve sati Dushtikartritvam Doshatvam Dushayanti Manaha Shariram Cheti Dosha. So these are the different definitions for dosha that is being explained in the Ayurveda textbooks. So what is the word meaning of this? Actually, this particular dosha, they are having the tendency to have the dushana swabhava. In the sense, they are actually functioning normally, but due to the slightest exposure to etiological factor, these dosha, or what we can say the bioenergy, they are responsible for the disturbed functioning in the body. In other words, they are independent in disease manifestation. And the term paridhavamana refers to the continuously moving these bioenergies, abnormal bioenergy movement inside the body, that is being termed as paridhavamana. What is the extent of this Paridhavamana dosha? We are going to discuss in this particular video. When you think about the term Paridhavamana dosha, so that is being explained, or the term is being taken from the Sushruta Samhita Sutrasthana 24th chapter in the context of the classification of the diseases as per the Sushruta. That is being explained. Kupitanam hi doshanam sharire paridhavatam yatra sangah kavaigunyat vyadhistatropajayate. Kupitanam hi doshanam sharire paridhavatam yatra sangah kavaigunyat vyadhihi tatra upajayate. So the term paridhavamana refers to the circulating abnormally vitiated dosha inside the body from one place to the other. So exactly from which particular place, from to which particular place, so that is going to define the term Paridhavamana dosha. So that is being explained. Matadinam sharire prasartam Sthanasamshrita vyadhinanatva karanasya hetum darshayan kupitanam iti adi. Kavaigunyat srotavaigunyat ityarthaha. In the sense, from the, what do you say, that the Mahasrotas till the area where there will be Sroto Vaigunya. So the extent of that, the movement of these particular abnormally vitiated dosha from these two different points, they are being termed as Paridhavamana dosha. So it is very easy to understand the term Paridhavamana dosha in terms of Shat Kriyakala. So whenever if you think about the Shat Kriyakala, so they are the extent of this particular dosha. So they are being termed as Sanchita dosha, Kupita dosha, Paridhavamana Dosha, Sthanasamshrita Dosha, Vyakta Dosha, and Bheda Dosha as such. So this is what is considered to be the understanding in terms of the Shat Kriyakala. Now what is the meaning of Sanchita Dosha? The term Sanchita Dosha, wherein the accumulation of the abnormally vitiated dosha that will be observed in the alimentary canal. So the reason is most of the 95% of the cases, the person will be having the entry of this particular pathogen through the oral cavity. As the as the time that is being required for the stasis of the food in different parts of this organs of the alimentary canal, in the stomach, this particular food may stay up to 2 hours. In the small intestine, the food may stay up to 6 hours. Whereas in the large intestine, the food may stay up to 24 to 48 hours. So that means whenever if any kind of the pathogens are entering into the alimentary canal, so these are the three organs wherein there is a possibility of the abnormal functioning of the dosha that is going to start what is multiplying. Whereas in the mouth, there will be the stages of the food will be there for a period of 2 or 3 minutes or so, or less than 1 minute. But in the esophagus, the food may remain with up to seconds itself. So this is what is considered to be the Sanchita dosha. The term Sanchita dosha refers to the presence of the abnormally vitiated dosha, either in the stomach or in the small intestine or in the large intestine. Now, what do you mean by Kupita dosha? Due to the stasis of the food in the alimentary canal for the longer amount of time, in case of the Adhyashana, etc., what actually happens is there will be inflammation that is going to happen in the alimentary canal. So, if the food is remaining in the stomach for longer amount of time, there may be a possibility of inflammation may happen in the stomach. In the small intestine, if the food is remaining for longer amount of time, there may be a possibility of inflammation of the small intestine. Similarly, there may be large intestinal inflammation that is going to happen if the food is present in the large intestine for longer amount of time, which will be responsible for the release of the inflammatory markers, which are nothing but the proteins. So whenever if you think about the stomach as such, most of us are consuming the carbohydrate rich diet. If a person is going to consume 100% of the diet, more than 70% of the diet that will be consisting of carbohydrate, which will be responsible for the microbial proliferation if the food is remaining in the stomach for longer amount of time, which in turn adds on the further rise of inflammatory markers, which in turn this is responsible for the influx of the fluid from the stomach or into the stomach as such, from the capillaries of the stomach into the stomach, resulting in the swollen part of the stomach as such. The same thing can happen in the small intestine and large intestine. This is the state of Kupita dosha. In the Sanchita dosha, accumulation that will be there in this stomach or small intestine, large intestine, in Kupita dosha, there will be the excess accumulation of the abnormal, the contents either in the stomach or small intestine, large intestine. That is what is considered to be Kupita dosha. Now, what is the word meaning of Paridhavamana dosha? So here the example is being given from the stomach till the intravascular compartment. So as we have discussed, due to the inflammation or infection that is happening in the stomach as such, so that will be responsible for the mucosal damage of the stomach as such, which in turn is responsible for the accumulation of improperly digested food substances. They are macromolecular in nature, which are usually getting accumulated in these particular damaged gastrointestinal mucosa. So here the damaged gastric mucosa. These macromolecules, thus they are going to enter into the capillaries of the stomach. From there, they are going into the lymphatic system. From there, they are going into the cardiovascular system. From there, they are going into the superior vena cava level. From there, it will be entering into the heart. From there, it will be entering into the aorta. From there, it will be entering into the arteries, arterioles, and capillaries. Thus, from the capillaries of the stomach till the capillaries of the cardiovascular system, it is being considered to be, what do you say, that the extent of a Paridhavamana Dosha. The same thing can happen in the small intestine and large intestine also. In the sense, the macromolecules in the small intestine, they are going to damage the mucosa of the small intestine. From there, these macromolecules will be entering into the capillaries of the small intestine, lymphatic system, superior vena cava, heart, aorta, and arteries, arterioles, and capillaries. Similarly, the same mechanism that will be happening in the large intestine also. Macromolecules in the large intestinal mucosal damage, then these macromolecules will be entering into the lymphatic system. Thoracic duct enters the cardiovascular system at the level of superior vena cava level. Then that will be entering into the heart, aorta, arteries, arterioles, and capillaries. So thus, the Paridhavamana Dosha, extent of Paridhavamana Dosha will be from the capillaries of the stomach or small intestine or large intestine, then into the lymphatic system, then cardiovascular system up to the capillary level. This is the extent of Paridhavamana Dosha, or what we can say, in other words, the Prasarita Dosha as such. Then, understanding of Sthanasamshrita Dosha. What is the word with Sthanasamshrita Dosha in the sense? Because of the excessive etiological factor as such, exposure. So these macromolecules, they are going to one particular part of the body. So here, for example, if the person is cooking continuously for more than 8 to 10 hours, so this will be leading to that using the hand, this will be leading to increased blood supply to the upper limb itself. Thus, these macromolecules from the capillaries of the cardiovascular system, they are moving towards the upper limb itself. In other words, the pathogens which are being entering in the or circulating in the intravascular compartment, they are going to enter into the upper limb itself, capillaries of the upper limb. So for this, we need to know about the concept of Starling forces and sludging of blood. For this, you have to see the video of the concept of Avarana and concept of Kleda in this particular channel, Acharya Nidana Academy. You can see that, then you can able to understand this particular concept of Starling forces and sludging of blood. Then comes the understanding of the dosha in Vyakta and Bheda stage. If the person is continuously doing the same profession itself, so that will be responsible for the blood circulation to increase in the upper limb itself, thereby more amount of the pathogens are entering into the upper limb itself. In other words, interstitial compartment and intracellular compartment of the upper limb. Thus, we can able to analyze the exact dosha vitiation that can be done based on the pathological events based on the source of the entry of the pathogen, virulence of the pathogen, and based on the Starling forces and sludging of blood. The take-home messages from today's discussion are: the Paridhavamana Dosha is being taken from the context of Shat Kriyakala. So this contains two words, Paridhavamana and Dosha. The term dosha, that is nothing but the bioenergy which is present inside the body, which is going to get abnormal due to the slightest exposure to etiological factor. If no exposure to the etiological factor, that will be responsible for the maintenance of the health itself. Whereas the term paridhavamana refers to the movement of the abnormal bioenergy in the body, that is from the alimentary canal, stomach, small intestine, large intestine in particular, to the, what do you say, that interstitial compartment as such. So we can able to say it is the Paridhavamana dosha. Depending upon the source of the entry of the pathogen and other characters of the Nidana or pathogen, we can able to localize the lesion. So here Paridhavamana dosha refers to the localization of the lesion, maybe either in the capillaries of the stomach or small intestine, large intestine, maybe in the lymphatic system, or maybe in the superior vena cava, maybe in the heart, maybe in the aorta, maybe in the capillaries, etc. So that is what is considered to be Paridhavamana dosha. Dear ANA community, that's all for today. What are the major key takeaways from today's discussion? Mention in the comment box below. What is the one video that you'd like to hear in the coming days in this particular channel? Mention in the comment box below and spread this particular video to the maximum number of true Nidana learners so that we can make a huge movement out of this particular small amount of time. Don't forget, press the bell icon so that the YouTube algorithms will be fetching you the right information for the right purpose at the right time. That's all for today. Something more in the next video. Thank you.